Okay. I start. A few words about me. I'm software engineer. I program in Ruby on Rails and iOS. At present, I work freelance. I have been teaching for 7 years. This years, I have been teaching about 100 people who started work as junior Ruby on Rails developers. We have been organizing intensive programming courses, bootcamps in Poland. I used to work for companies such as Tapchera.com, Guaranteesbox.com, and lots of startups. Also with me is Robert. Robert is software engineer. He programs in Ruby on Rails and Node.js, and he will help me. So he will answer all your question on the chat. Okay, some organization stuff. You are mutated, so I can hear you. Chat is active, so if you have any question, please don't hesitate me. I will share my materials with you. The webinar is recorded, so will be on the YouTube. The next webinar will be in next week. I will send you all information about next webinar and materials by email. Questions to you. Where are you from? Write on the chat. Okay. Romania, Serbia, Qatar, Germany, great. India, Qatar, Singapore, Philippines, Brazil, oh, different countries. Taiwan, Nepal, okay, Cameroon, Poland, Nigeria. Okay, great. Lots of people in different countries. I'm very happy about it. Okay, Africans wins. Yes, maybe I'm African on Asia. I think. Okay. And what's your occupation? Do you study, work, student, QA lead, student, researcher, electric engineer, student, hacker? Okay, great. Admin. Okay, GPS administrator. Okay, great. Okay, great. Today webinar, the basic of Ruby on Rails. Next webinar in next week will be more advanced. Also will be next webinar on Saturday, but it will be the repetition of this webinar. And this webinar, I think it will take about 1 hour or something like this. Agenda. The first Okay, do you hear me now? I have some problem with web browser. Okay, great. No, sorry for it. Okay, so the first will be lecture for whom arrays, briefly about the history, installation, etc. There will be some exercises, so we create our first application in Ruby on Rails. We'll discuss about the scaffold. Okay, so the first is lecture. Okay. Um, for whom is Ruby on Rails? So the first group is for people who begin their adventure with programming. Why? Because Ruby on Rails is very good for beginners because it is easy. So I think it is one of the easiest framework. So if you haven't programmed yet, it is very good to start. Yes, Ruby is object oriented. Okay. Also for people who want to create their own startup. So if you have an idea for business, it is very good to create your first startup. Also for people who are bored of languages such as Java, C++, C Sharp, because Ruby is very easy and you've got pleasure with coding. Okay, as I said, should I start from Ruby on Rails? Yes, it is very good point to start. Some people consider alternative frameworks such as ASP.NET, Django, or Node.js. In my opinion, the best solution is choosing one framework, and if you learn one framework after it, you can learn other frameworks. So having had 1 year professional experience, you can learn other solution. But it's the best to start with the easiest framework. And all the available solutions are based Ruby on Rails and use MVC framework. So the first Ruby on Rails, and after it you can learn Node.js and other solutions. Okay. What is the best way to learn Ruby on Rails? It is very often question. On one hand, it's important to practice because if we practice, we have a great motivation. And in Rails, you can easily get the results. You can show the web page to your parents, girlfriend, wife, and friends. So you can create a web page in a couple of hours and you can see the results. So it is good thing. But on the other hand, you have to remember about theory. For example, you can easily create fast web page, but if you want to modify, you have to understand MVC pattern. So one thing that you have to remember is learning practitioner, and the second one it is theory. Okay, so on the slide I list some web pages that you can learn Ruby on Rails. The first it is guides Ruby on Rails. On this page you can get lots of theoretical information about Rails. The second one, Rails tutorial, it is online tutorial book, and on this tutorial book you can create a web page from scratch. The second web page is interactive course created by Code School, and it's also very good for to start. Ruby Koans is some exercises about Ruby. Okay, racecast.com is the video cast, but you have to remember that the most video casts are created in Rails 3, but now we've got Rails 4. Okay. If you haven't any experience with programming, I think the best web page to start is Code Academy. And on this web page, I can write on the chat. Code Academy. You can learn Ruby. So Ruby, it's important also when you want to learn Rails. Okay. Okay. Also, very often question: what do we need to get a job? So you have to know a programming language, for example, Ruby, Java, etc. And all the languages are similar, object-oriented, but it is not enough. The second important thing is to learn framework. For example, Ruby on Rails, Django, ASP.NET, etc. So if you know language and framework, you can easily get a job. And you have to remember about it, because some people only learn language, for example, Java, and they cannot get a job because they don't know a Spring, etc. Yes, as I said I will send all the materials to you by email. And also this webinar is recorded and it will be on YouTube. About JavaScript, you have to know the basic. If you want to get a job, you have to know the basic of HTML and JavaScript. But it depends on the company. About Ruby, Ruby was created by Japanese Mats. His idea was to create a programming language which would be simple and would provide developer satisfaction with coding. And I think that it's true. You can get satisfaction with coding when you program in Ruby. Okay, and about Rails. Rails was created by David Hanson. He worked on project management tool. It is the name called Basecamp. And he was looking for a best language to choose. He chose Ruby, but if he didn't, nobody would have heard about Ruby. So this is very important thing. Okay, I will list some web pages which was created in Ruby on Rails. So some people asked on the chat what is the purpose of Ruby on Rails. So on Ruby on Rails, so the main purpose is creating web pages, but lots of solutions. For example, creating API, the backend for mobile application. It's used Ruby on Rails. Okay, so LinkedIn, it is an example of web pages has been created in Ruby on Rails. Also, Twitter was created in Ruby on Rails, and lots of startups was created in Ruby on Rails. And Ruby on Rails is very good tool for creating startups. Especially it is more popular in United States, Ruby on Rails. So of the three most popular websites, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, two of them have been created in Rails. Okay. Why shouldn't we use Rails on Windows? Windows is very slow to use. Major problems are related to irregularities, but you can use it at the beginning, and after that it is better to switch to Linux or Mac. Okay. Now I can show you the difference about Ruby and Java. It will be some movie about it. I just copy a link.
Hi, I'm Ruby on Rails. And I'm Java. Hey, Java. I was just getting my jars together for my full stack web development framework. Got some Java Beans, Spring, Tapestry, Hibernate. Pretty thorough. Well, yeah, just gotta get all that together and a few hundred lines of XML configuration and compile it all. then I'll be ready to go.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
Well, I don't like to brag, but I am an enterprise-class web development framework. Don't you have to do all that stuff?
Actually, Ruby on Rails is a full stack web framework out of the box, so I can just jump right into creating websites.
You mean no jars?
No, no jars. What is this?
Nothing?
No jars. What is this?
Nothing? It's not anything. It's mine. It's a standard jar. It's nothing.
I'm Ruby on Rails.
And I'm Java.
What do you got there, Java?
Oh, I was just getting my jars together for my full stack web development framework. Got some Java Bean, Spring, Tapestry, Hibernate.
Wow, pretty thorough.
Well, yeah, I just gotta get all that together, edit a few hundred lines of XML configuration, and compile it all. Then I'll be ready to go.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
Well, I don't like to brag, but I am an enterprise-class web development framework. Don't you have to do all that stuff?
Actually, Ruby on Rails is a full stack web framework out of the box, so I can just jump right into creating websites.
You mean no jars?
No, no jars. What is this?
Nothing? It's not anything. It's mine. It's a standard jar. It's nothing.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, great. So as you saw, Java is very complicated. The Java use XML and lots of things. And Rails is very simple. You can just create web page, no configuration, and you start your application. So we'll see in minutes about it. Okay, about installation. If you have a problem, you can write me an email and I will help you locally with installation. But the best idea it is installing using Ruby version manager. You can just download using curl. After that, you install Ruby. So you install Ruby, and when you've got installed Ruby, after that you write command gem install Rails. So this is the best idea. But if you have a problem, you can, as I said, write me an email and I will help you. Okay, before on Mac, before you install Rails, you must remember to install Xcode. Okay, maybe question for you, which system do you use now? Right, Windows, probably Windows. Okay, some people Ubuntu, okay, some Windows, okay. Yes, Windows is problem. If you want to install Rails on Windows, you can use Rails installer, but now there is lots of problems on Windows. But you can also use, as I said, Cloud9. This is the solution in cloud. Okay. About editors, okay, so there is lots of editors to use Ruby on Rails. So one of them is RubyMine. It's also brackets, Atom, and lots of things. But RubyMine is smart editor. What is important contains debugger and database connection. So which is one of the example. Other example, which is free, it's Sublime Text. It is very simple text editor. There is lots of plugins to Sublime. But I personally use Sublime Text, but to more complicated application I use RubyMine. Okay, about creating new application. So if you have it raise installed, so to create new application, this is the command raise new, the name of your application. And if you've got application created, you have to change directory to your current directory, so the name of application. And after it, you can start the server. The command to start the server is raise s or raise server. And after you've got a raise application, and it works locally. On the Cloud9, just start the application. Okay, about scaffold. What is scaffold? Scaffold solves most of the problems for us. We don't need HTML. The name, of course, is in English. It's used to generate CRUD. It is create, read, update, and delete. The final schema of application. In commercial application, rather not in use, but it's a good tool for prototyping. For example, I'm able to generate application prototype for clients in a couple of hours, so it is very good. And also it is very good tool for understanding the operation for beginners. So this is generated scaffold. About CRUD, it is operation create, so you can create a new person example. Read it's that you can read show example the person, update, so you can change your data. I will show on the exercises about it. This is the view generated by scaffold. So we can see that we can list the people. We can add new person. This is view for adding new person. Yes, this is the basic operation, yes. And also we can show exactly one person. This is the show. This is the read. This is the creation. Okay, but we see in exercises how does it work. Okay, about work. So we work remotely, and Trace Jobs are the exemplary website on which you may find a remote job from Ruby on Rails. Many job offers also available on Twitter. Do you use Twitter or only Facebook? Oh, go Twitter. Okay, both. Okay, and the Rails community used to remote jobs. And I think that ability to work from any place in the world is one of the key advantages of programmers' profession. So you can you can have a son in Tenerife and money from United States, and I think that it's very good solution. Okay, and if you wish to work as freelancers, here is the list of exemplary freelancers website. There are many more of them. Of course, finding the first work is the most difficult. However, the later is the easier. And there is lots of about 100 or even more web pages to find freelance jobs. Okay. So if you have any questions, so write on the chat or write email. Let's make 5 minutes break, and after that we'll start creating our first application in Ruby on Rails. So 5 minutes break. Okay, do you see my screen? Okay. Can we start? Okay, great. So we create new workspace and we write the name of our application. For example, webinar app. Okay, and what is important, we should choose the type of Ruby on Rails at the bottom. Okay, and create workspace. If you work locally, you should enter the command raise new and app, for example, the name of your application. Raise new project name. It takes some time creating workspace and initialization. Okay, let me know if you succeeded. Give plus for success or minus for failure. And no Ruby tutorials should it's race. The type of the project is race. And no race tutorial. Okay, maybe I will repeat. So create new workspace if you work on Cloud9, and this option, no, not Ruby on Rails tutorials, this option. Could we continue? Okay, so in the first application we create a tickets management app. So we create the tool for management tickets. The first command, it's raise G. It's abbreviation from generate, scaffold, ticket, name, description, text, seat ID, price, decimal. Okay, in case of a string type, there is no need to enter the type. So this is the same as we write string. This all information is necessary for a database. Okay, I will paste on the maybe paste bin. It's the best one. This command. The string is default. This is the reason that we shouldn't write the string. Okay, I could yes, repeat the part. Okay. Again, paste bin. Okay. Okay, so click the enter. Does it work in all of you? Please let me know. Yeah, oh, great. Yes, it's lots of things. Yes, it has created so many files. But now it is not important all the files. One important files it is db migrate. This file is important. It is migration. Migration is Ruby script modifying the database. So we can see that it creates table tickets and the attributes name, description, seat ID, price. On the standard basis, Rails use SQLite, but on the production you can use MySQL or Postgres. But to run the script, we have to enter other command, rake db migrate. Ariane, I'm not sure which scan I use. Yes, probably the default one. Okay, so the command is rake db migrate. Okay, just click the enter. Okay, the second one, does it work for you? Plus for success and minus for failure. Yes, great. Um, how to open this bash? You can click and, for example, new terminal, and it's After scaffold, it's the command rake db migrate. I repeat, this create the table in database, and this run this script. Yes, basically it is transformed to SQL. Yes, from Ruby. And migration is not database dependent. So if you change database, it will work. Okay, and now we click Run Project. If you work locally, just the command raise as or raise server. Okay, so we can copy this link to the browser, and after it we have to write tickets. So your URL and after it tickets. And yes, this on the Cloud9 run project, but you must wait a second. Yes, and if you on development, you must write localhost import and after it tickets. Rox, can you repeat? Yes, of course. So one thing, you must click Run Project, and you can see your code is running at. You copy this link, and after it, you must write tickets, because if we don't write it, it is only raise welcome aboard, and after it tickets. Yes, Ariane, yes. On Cloud9, we don't need raise S, only run project, and locally raise S or our machines. Okay, and I can create example ticket, ticket to the moon, description, super seat price, create ticket. I can add other ticket, ticket to Rome, description, my best trip, and price. I can edit, so for example, I can change the price of my ticket. I can show one ticket only, and I can destroy the ticket. And it works. Does it work for you? Some problems with Cloud9, as I said, you must wait a minute because it can be a problem. So run project, wait a few seconds, and after it should be a web page available. Yes, this generate all the things for us. So as I said, it's very good tool when you want, for example, prototype. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, can we do next exercise? Okay, yes, okay, the next exercise will be more complicated. Maybe at the start, no. So we generate also the scaffold, person, name, and for example, surname. Do you have it? Yes, Jovi? Yes, as I said, default data type is string. So it is the same as we'd say write the string. This is the same. Yes, yes, Daniel, we'll send the link to the recording, yes. Okay, so enter, and after it's the, enter the command trade db migrate. Do you have it? Please let me know. The same plus for success, and yes, great. If you have problems, so don't worry, write me an email and I will help you. And now it's lots of people and it's hard to help every person. Okay, and also we can run a project. Okay, and we can see now the link people. And it's the same, we can add new person, John Smith, create person, we can edit, we can add new person. Okay. We can destroy person. Okay. But the next thing, it will be more complicated because we want to add new attribute to existing scaffold, and it's harder. So the first thing what we need is enter the command trace, generate migration, add age, for example, to person, and age, the type of age integer. So rewrite it carefully. I will send also on pastebin. Yes, there is. Yes, this is the yes. It should be raised generate migration. Yes. Yes. Thanks. Okay. So could we continue? Yep. Oh, yes. Great. Okay. And this script should look like something like this. So this is add column to existing table people. And to run the script, enter the command trace db migrate. Okay, and we can see that it's add age to person. This is the running the script. Okay, let's run the page. We see that despite adding new fields, the modifications are not displayed on our website, so it's not funny. And to make them displaying, we must modify our views. So, but it will be more complicated. Okay. Let me know if it works for you. I hope all the plus. No, not working. Okay, I will show, and you can when I send you the link, you can repeat this exercise, because this exercise it's more and more complicated. Okay, so so we must modify the views. So this is our structure of our application. We must go to app views people, and we can see that it's HTML with Ruby files. So the first file which we must modify is index HTML we can see that it's HTML code with Ruby. So we must add header h, and also here to table data we must add h. So this is the modification of our file. Does it work for somebody? Probably. Yes, the views will be transformed to HTML. So this work very similar to PHP. So we've got HTML file, and also in this HTML file we've got Ruby code, and this Ruby code is converted to HTML. Okay, the second file. Okay, I will try to do only exercises on YouTube without webinars. So I think it will be the easier for you. Do you think it's the best idea for you? So I will send only the exercise, the recordings of exercises. Sounds good? Okay, also we must modify show HTML RB, so we add h to it. Okay, this is the second modification. Okay, and the last file is a form, and also we add a new attribute h. Okay, it's the purpose of this adding, it's to see the results on our web page, because now we've got attributes on the database, but we can see on HTML files the results. Okay, and let's run the project. And now we can see that we've got in the table h. When we show, we've got also h attribute. But we can see that when we add h, this modification is not displayed on the web page. Enabling the display of new attributes requires modification for another file, the controller one, which protects against attack mass assignment. Okay, so the last the last file that we must modify it's controllers and people controller, and the last line we must write our age attribute. Let me know whether you succeed. Oh, Ariane, okay. Anyone else? Okay, and now we can see that when we add it, and I add age, for example, 18, and click update person, now we can show the results. Still says surname, so maybe you write surname not age. So write it carefully. So it can be results. So when we add new person, for example, Peter Kowalski, age 20, we can see the result that it's person added. And the last thing today, so if you want to do validation, so check if some attribute exists, so we can write validate, for example, name, presence, and this is add models person RB. Okay, and the results of this this code is that when we create a person, we can see that we cannot add a person without name because we can see name cannot be blank. And it's great that very fast we can get validation. Yes, errors message can be edited, so it is not a problem. It is if you want to validate do a validation, it is app models person or B. Do the same for a surname. Yes. Yes. Also, it's possible with comma. Yes. Yes, it is other operation with validation. I think that it will be one webinar about validation, so it's a big topic about. Okay, so it is it. I would like to thank you for coming. It is a great pleasure for me. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any question, because today a lot of people, so or wish or wish to write that you like it, send me the message on email or on Facebook. And I hope see you in the next webinar. The next webinar probably will be about models or jobs. Yes, I will send the video, but I will send probably on Saturday or Monday, something like this. Yes, but this webinar was recorded. Okay, so see you later.